and welcome back to Dark Souls, episode 28. And how would I know that? Because I'm recording this. I'm actually re-recording this. Because the first time I recorded this, as I told you guys in the little video I made, I forgot to actually record the audio. And then the second time I re-recorded this, which was just now, I actually used the wrong recording instrument again, didn't get any audio again, and I had to re-record all this again. Good part is, it's just 30 minutes, so, not 30 minutes, 13 minutes. So, I'm just gonna pretend that I haven't just seen all of that happen, and, oh god, this is frustrating. It's like fucking the universe doesn't want me to record this. Have you guys ever been through that? You do something, you're kind of proud of it. That was a really good recording. I actually had fun recording this. I was laughing. I was surprised because I haven't seen this stuff in 2 months. It's been 2 months since I played this game. So I was pleasantly surprised watching me, flail around trying to kill stuff. And I had a good recording session, and then just blammo, it all went away. Yeah, you keep hitting slimes, Chris. I know what's waiting for you, so don't even try. Anyway, so what I was saying is, have you guys ever had that? You spend so much time on something, and you work really hard for something, and it's not like it even turned out bad, because that's one thing, I think actually that's worse. I think that's actually a worse feeling, if you work hard and you actually get a result from it, but the result is bad, you're disappointed with it. That's actually worse than working hard for something, but it, turns into nothing. Because then you at least have something to direct your anger with, and not that hollow sinking feeling in your gut that you're not actually funny and you shouldn't be doing this. It's not like I'm projecting or anything. What are you talking about? Please like my show. That aside, I mean, I'm sure you've all experienced that. It's a pretty common thing. You put your heart and soul into something, and when the results come out, you realize this is not nearly as funny or good or interesting as I thought it would be. And I mean, I'm 31 soon. I'm 30. Thanks for reminding me. And I've been through my fair share of, I really shouldn't be doing this. And gotta tell you guys now, honest, hand on my heart, at the moment, I've been having some doubts about my own, ability as a YouTuber. And I'm not gonna go into a huge rant about this, and it's probably not interesting to listen to. But I've been thinking, maybe I'm not funny enough. And I already knew that I wasn't very, I wasn't used to doing all this kind of talking. But I've been thinking maybe we should go to improv classes, maybe do some exercises on the free time, just try to work on our improv. Because I definitely know that midway through a game, I kind of run out of fun things to talk about, and we're not really sure where exactly we are on the spectrum of Let's Plays. Because I don't know how many other Let's Players you watch. I watch quite a few. Well, actually, I do watch very few, because I have a very specific set of humor. By the way, I'm not talking about the game at all right now, because this is super not interesting to watch or talk about at the moment. It will be much funnier. In a couple of minutes, if you want to skip this rant or whatever, just go ahead a couple of minutes. It will be much more interesting, because this guy in the background, he's just going to wake up and be like, "What are you doing?" And Chris is going to be like, "Oh, I'm just not doing anything." We're going to find some armor parts here, and it's going to be super hilarious, because, you'll see. So what I'm like, there's a few YouTubers out there, and people who play games. I would say there's 2 categories. See, I'm not dead yet. This is where I made the mistake, because I thought I was dead, so I saw a roll, and there we go, dead. 14,813 souls. Now this is an important number. Keep this in mind. 14,813 souls. I don't know how many levels that is, but probably 2, 1 maybe. At this point, I don't remember. We'll see in the next episode, I guess. Anyway. Basically, the 2 kind of YouTubers out there that play games, they are the ones who do it and are funny, entertaining. It's kind of a backdrop for them to talk. It's kind of like a stand-up sort of show, except you also get a visual a game. And some of them react more to the game than others. Personally, I'm a huge fan of Game Grumps. This is going to become a little, self-reflective kind of episode. I'm a huge fan of Game Grumps. I've always been a huge fan of Game Grumps ever since I started watching them. I was a fan of Egoraptor way back when he was on Newgrounds, and he's kind of a big deal to me. He in a lot of ways, I really look up to him, because he's been, he worked really hard for his YouTube channel. He worked super hard for his art, for his animations. Like, I know he lived a really fucking poor life together with Susie a while back. But that's the kind of YouTuber I want to be. The kind of, you know, funny, casual, talking about the game. The game's not really the important part of the video. It's more like, it's more like, you know, just the journey of listening to them playing a game. And it's even funnier when they're playing a game you played yourself, because, you know, you can relate to it. And this is the other kind of YouTube Let's Players who actually, you know, focus on the game. And to varying degrees. I don't think there's, like, these two categories are not black and white. They're very interchangeable. But I'd like to think that those kind of people who focus on the gameplay, they get people watching because, you know, these people are interested in the game, but they can't play it for some reason. Or you have people who are very, you know, they like a game a lot, so they watch other people's take on it. I know a lot of strategy games are like that. People want to see strats and stuff like that. And, you know, kudos to that. I'm not super into it because I like to play the games myself if I'm into the games. But I have seen, you know, I watched the entire Kefka Industries, you know, They did the Metal Gear Solid, the movies. They basically... ooh, wow, that guy took a lot of health out of you. They basically made movies out of all the Metal Gear Solid games. Which I appreciate, because, you know, I don't have the consoles out. I do have all the games. I don't have a PS3, but for some reason I have the PS3 CD with Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, and, you know, side ups, whatever. But I never really have the time to sit down and play them because they're really, you know, they're huge undertakings, and I don't really have as much time now as I used to have. Believe it or not, you know, working full time, doing the Let's Play channel. I mean, we could play the Metal Gear Solid games. I don't really think they would be. You see, there's the souls, by the way, the souls, 14,813 souls. I remember, and Chris is running away from them because Chris is wanting to open a door, a shortcut to the fireplace. Perfectly valid reason to, you know. Let's focus on the door at the moment. Let's focus on opening the door, the shortcut, so we don't have to do all that running up there with the giant hands and whatever, you know. We don't want to do that shit, so let's open the shortcut. That's what Chris is doing right now. But yeah, these kind of YouTubers, I feel, they have their own cliques, you know. Because Game Grumps you watch because you don't want to see them be good at games. The whole point of watching them is, you know, the fact that they're funny. They talk with each other, they interact, and, you know, they comment on the game. And if they're hilariously bad at it at the same time, that's just funny. And that's kind of what I inspire, and, you know, what our channel's been doing a little bit. And we're trying to find our way. We've been playing some really shitty games. And this is coming out right after we had a 3.5-hour recording session of... Oh, God, he's going up. See, this is where I fucked up. Because I went to explore new territory instead of going back to get the souls. And, of course, you know, this is being Dark Souls. Might not be the best idea to go out and explore new territory while you have 14,813 souls just lying around waiting for you to get them. So you can level up, which is kind of the point of becoming better at this game. But I digress. Anyway, we played 3.5 hours of Resident Evil 6, which, by the way, hilariously bad. Kind of sad, because it's one of my favorite game series ever. Up until 3, it was amazing. For that kind of genre. I really like it. I know people have different opinions about it. Resident Evil 2, in my opinion, best PSX game ever made. It beats Final Fantasy VII. Resident Evil 2 is the ultimate survival horror experience. I mean, they're different genres, so you don't even have to put them together. I'm thinking maybe Final Fantasy VII, you know, it might be a little bit better. Probably. But you get the idea, right? Like, I really, really like Resident Evil 2. And they made the remake of Resident Evil, called Resident Evil Remake. Get it? Because Resident Evil... Bye-bye. And then, you know, 4, it got a new kind of gameplay, which I suppose it needed after Code Veronica, which was the same kind of gameplay in a much better graphic. And people started complaining about the, you know, I love Code Veronica. It's one of my favorite Resident Evils. But I can see where they try to go with Resident Evil 4. But anyway, Resident Evil 6, absolutely terrible game. Absolutely terrible. 5 was bad. 6, really fucking bad. So, and we also prayed. We also played Tour de France. Yeah, that's the one we played. Basically, a biking game, and that's it. You bike, and it was so bad. Like we bought it for €5, I think. So as you know, we've been buying some pretty shitty games to play them. And I guess those make for fun laughs, but we don't play them that long. So we're still kind of trying to find what is our way of playing. And I guess what I wanted to land on with all this talking, you know, this self-reflective blah 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 that you're not at all interested in listening to, I'm sure. What I'm trying to land in is the fact that we really do appreciate you guys watching our stuff, and really do appreciate you guys saying, you know, play this or do this. You know, maybe you should do this because that's more fun. I know we've been dissing on sports game for a lot, but you know, maybe it would be hilarious to watch us try to play FIFA, you know, because I haven't touched a soccer game since 1999, I'd say. Hockey game about the same time. I don't know sports, man. And there's also, you know, there's the difference between a bad game and a bad game. Like, there's bad games for just hilariously bad, and then there's bad games for just like, please kill me now, I don't want to play this game. And, you know, if you have any recommendations for a game that you really love us to play, then, you know, let us know. And we'll try to stick to it. Because we've been we've been going a little left and right everywhere. We started out with classic NES titles, didn't really stick to that. We did some high-budget AAA games with, you know, we did Until Dawn, which I personally thought was a pretty fun game. Has some hilarious bugs in it. It was a pretty good game. But, you know, it's not what we set out to start with. It's, I mean, our channel is almost a year and a half old. I'd say it's actually the August the 16th we're going to hit a year and a half, which is mind-blowing because, you know, it doesn't feel like that long ago. All right, so okay, with that aside, you know, that's done with. Let's look at me fighting this big guy. This big guy takes 80% of my stamina bar every time I block him. Now, I should have noticed this when I started, but for some reason, Chris here, I'm going to talk about Chris in third person, because past Chris is a fucking idiot. He just keeps on blocking, because I've never fought this guy before. I had never fought this guy before, and I didn't really know, boom, there goes the shield. There's like half of the health. At least half the health bar goes with every hit from that sword. So the smart thing to do here would be to roll, and try to backstab. But no, let's keep trying to block this guy. Because, you know, wow, you're pretty close to dying there, Chris. Better use an Estus Flask. And block again. Oof, at least you didn't roll down there and fall. Yeah, oh boy. Use an Estus Flask, you... Oh, fucking more. Oh, there we go. Remember how many souls was down there? 14,813. Wow, Chris, you fucking suck. And that's it for this episode. And I pray to God that the recording actually recorded this shit, because I am not doing this again. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.